Man, this sounds so heavenly. Seems like my people go through so much. We do on the daily. You see what's happening down here? 725 said that they walked the saints. They did. Heaven, they do. Cry for me. Cry for all those people. All my heart is down here sending prayers up. Hey, look, my heart is saddened, watching my people perish the fastest while they fall by the wayside. These terrible sights, this tragic breaking laws and commandments got us put in the belly of carcasation on the voyage across the Atlantic. Now we brag about crossing houses and who dressed the baddest, design the clothes, the latest fashion. While they economy's crashing, they got to go cash and do away with paper and plastic. While they scan the Bible method, it's a part of their plan. As you walk the block and go and stick it right in your hand, marking the beat so you can sell and buy as much as you can. Rush your relay, don't let it rush and go to your head. Only latest technology, rocking you straight to bed. Then here I come with the truth, about to get you upset. Our ancestors had nightmares about it and woke up in the sweat. Now we laugh it off like it's nothing, like we didn't hear what was said.
Now we laugh it off like it's nothing, like we didn't hear what was said.
Heaven cry for me, my heart entering all that I have seen. This harsh reality I live in is like a bad dream. The fathers and children wandered around staggering. They shepherds sleep where they led to the slaughter like shit. Heaven cry for me, my heart entering all that I have seen. This harsh reality I live in is like a bad dream. The fathers and children wandered around staggering. They shepherds sleep while they led to that slaughter like shit. Picture becomes more clear in the days. I need you to limit your ears for a minute and pay attention. Why I keep seeing 11, just think for a minute. Could it be the apocalypse, the beginning of the end? Time shifting, Father, I need a quick, and then I feel power shifted more to your children. As we make our way to the wilderness, transition into the truth. Coming out of religion, this prolific children, the light won't come back. That photosynthesis, which literally means light. I think that's really what mentioned it. We deal with what's written, don't add to it and don't diminish it. The syncretism will throw up your spiritual equilibrium. The syncretism of mixing blended the two religions. Not saying you're certain the Father, but following man tradition by living like a heathen, but claiming that you a Christian, wishing the law is really done away so you can go kick it and run and be a friend of the world where they exercise wicked. Heaven cry for me, my heart entering all that I have seen. This harsh reality I live in is like a bad dream. The fathers and children wandered around staggering. They shepherds sleep where they led to the slaughter like shit. Heaven cry for me, my heart entering all that I have seen. This harsh reality I live in is like a bad dream. The fathers and children wandered around staggering. They shepherds sleep while they led to the slaughter like shit. He said you take the drag off us and place it on them. You tears our lineage back to ship. Now we know who he is. Not to make it by genealogy, maybe it's time that we did. So we know what time it is instead of listening to them. He saw those the birth right back home. To replace with theology, why the real proof taking the bottom of every economy. That's a not count on me. Talking us through their contract tracing with their schemes and their government policies. Group of people that you know some of the world's worst atrocity. Known to man, consider what I'm telling you, fam. The wicked ain't gonna escape judgment, they playing right in his hand. They cast lots amongst his people when they part this land. That's why he sent the bandits to Babylon to make them bend, to make her empty and desolate. Right portion this rap for enchantment and sorcery, her magic and witchcraft. Ain't no church for place Israel, boy, you can forget that. Heaven cry for me, my heart entering all that I have seen. This harsh reality I live in is like a bad dream. The fathers and children wandered around staggering. They shepherds sleep where they led to the slaughter like shit. Heaven cry for me, my heart entering all that I have seen. This harsh reality I live in is like a bad dream. The fathers and children wandered around staggering. They shepherds sleep where they led to the slaughter like shit. And cry for me. Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Heaven cry for me, my heart entering all that I have seen. This harsh reality I live in is like a bad dream. The fathers and children wandered around staggering. The shepherds sleep while they led to the slaughter like shit. And cry for me. Continuing at verse 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely you have known that it will be well with them that fear higher, which fear before him. Heaven cry for me, my heart entering all that I have seen. This harsh reality I live in is like a bad dream. The fathers and children wandered around staggering. They shepherds sleep while they led to the slaughter like shit. And cry for me.
So if we want to put it another way, Israel's job was to teach mankind the ways, listen carefully, the ways of the Most High God. So the ways of the Most High God would be opposite of what the world teaches, which is transgressing the Most High. Do what we want to do. So we live in a prophetical time right now where the powers that should not be is even trying to get the people who once read the Bible, since they can't understand it, the enemy is trying to sow discord every way that he can. So we, as the ones with the light, even when we share truth with people, I know, I said again, we all have our own prejudices or whatever, but we need to operate in the spirit to be able to win whatever souls that the Most High has, and I'm doing a lot of explaining right now, whoever he has numbered to receive salvation. When I say salvation, I'm talking about being spared from the eternal furnace of fire that was made for the devil and his ministers, his agents, his provocateurs, his underlings, his core hearts. It is Luke 3. So from here, we see all the way down, it goes all the way back. Look at this, dear family. It starts from Adam. It goes all the way up to Yeshua. Yeshua came through Israel. So this particular lineage that I'm showing here, this lineage was the enemy tried to eradicate. You're going to find this out right now in this setting. Tried to eradicate Israel from ever coming forth, even in the womb. Remember, in part 2, we also highlighted how that, and even from part 1, and I'll state that in part 1. So now I'm going to go from, so part 1 is that Israel would be for a house to continue the legacy of Abraham. You read that in Genesis. Look at this, Genesis 12. Look at this. Stick with me. Genesis 12, verses 3. And I will bless them that bless thee. Right? And you look at verse 2, it says, and I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make the... Now, before we started this, brothers and sisters, how prophetic is this? I was playing Destined for Greatness. Israel, you're destined for greatness. That's a song the Most High gave me years back. So look at this. So he said, and I will make thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. So Israel, for us to be a blessing is, a lot of people don't see it like that, being the light, teaching people and showing people, operating in humility, becoming, with the acumen that you have, meaning that you have good discernment, good judgment. You're not judging based on your own prejudices. You realize that you're flesh and bone, that you have things that you might choose or that you might put forward. So when we're sitting in the seat of a judge, now when I say judge, that means you're discerning something. You have to cast off your own personal things that you want to do, that you like, and just really look at the facts and the matter and determine based on what the Most High, based on his character, how he is holy, how he says, plead the cause of the innocent for the widows and the orphan, but do not acquit the guilty. Do not acquit the wicked. See, that's Nahum 1 and 3. So it goes on and says, and thou shalt be a blessing. So Israel's to be a blessing, and I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. So Israel, we know what the Most High, right? To an extent, we know what the Most High wants of us. So part 1, we would continue this legacy that you see right here, dear family. And then when you go over to 18 and 17, and the Most High said, shall I hide from Abraham that thing? Here we go, dear family. We're going in right now. And the Most High said, shall I hide from Abraham that thing which I do, seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation. Are you seeing this? And all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. Verse 19, for I know him. So the Most High knew Abraham. How did he know him? Because the Most High is known by the judgments that he executes. Psalms 9 and 16. For I know him that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Most High to do justice in judgment, that the Most High may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him. What did he speak of him? Genesis 12 and 3. I will bless them that bless thee. So if the Most High is going to bless him, Abraham has to instruct his family to do what the Most High said. Now stick with higher speed now. I want to say shalom to everyone who's just now tuning in, dear family. Okay, peace and blessings to each and every one of you. I'm in the spirit right now, and I pray that you're all well, that you're watching and praying, and I pray that, dear family, that you took the notes. In part 3, it was mentioned that Israel would be a goodly plant. In part 2, it was revealed that the elder would serve the younger. So Israel was made to be a head, okay, a chief. In part 1, we discovered that Israel would be for a house to continue the legacy of Abraham, to show the way, just like we just read in Genesis 18 and verses 19. And they shall keep the way of the Most High to do justice and judgment, that the Most High may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him. See? And the Most High said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, so Abraham would teach his family, his house, not to sin against the Most High. The Most High being holy, he knew what the Most High would do. Stick with me, family. So now we're going into it now. Genesis 25. So we realize that Abraham would do what? His house would keep the way of the Most High, and in other words, preserve the legacy of Abraham, the promise that the Most High gave to his friend. Okay, our forefather Abraham. Genesis 12 and 3. Genesis 25 and verses 23 tells us, look at here, dear family. We're in prophecy now. 25 and 23. We also discovered in part 1 that the Most High said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. He revealed this to her. She didn't just hear a voice out of nowhere, dear family. She went to the men of God who stayed before the Most High. Are you hearing me today? We brought that out in part 2. So here, so these are the particular books that, you know, when we go into the extra biblical records, a lot of people in Christendom they may not be familiar with this, because when we were in captivity, or let's say in sleep, in slumber mode, right? The Most High is waking us up, and how would you say it? We were detoxifying from the strong drink of Babylon. All the good preaching and all this stuff that, you know, but still sinning though. Wasn't keeping the Most High's holy days, like it tells us in the book of 2nd Ezra 2. Who was this in the feast? Come and see. Verse 2 and verse 38. See who's being sealed in the Most High's feast. We knew nothing about those things, but we was in there on Sunday. We were in there on Easter. That's Ishtar celebrating Semiramis, celebrating Nimrod. See? So we didn't tie these things together. We would celebrate the quote-unquote New Year's, right? Remember the god Janus? We would celebrate all these things. We would put things and we would make our plans around the heathens' holidays. Totally out of order. But now we read prophetically, dear family, that the Most High would raise Israel, and Israel was, you're going to find they are the prophetical time clock. So we've seen in part 1 that there were 2 nations that were revealed to Rebekah through her grandfather and her husband's great grandfather. So 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, it says. It's reading 23. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. See? And the elder shall serve the younger. We read that in Genesis 25:23. Romans 9, it also told us, we learned that, again, this is even in part 1, that what was the purpose of Israel? It says, for whom are the Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants. So these covenants, these are contracts. And because they broke the first covenant, the Most High made a better one. Still giving them access to redemption, that through them, you got to get this, that through them, that all the families of the earth would be blessed. So in part 4 now we're finding out it is our task. You are tasked with keeping the way that Abraham kept. Holiness with a holy God, observing holy things in the covenants, in the giving of the law, and the service of the Most High, in the promises. What else did we find out, dear family? I'm about to show you right now. We read in the book of Jasher, stick with me. It's a lot of jewels, isn't it? In the book of Jasher, chapter 26 and verses 36, and Abraham delivered our forefather Abraham out of the hand of Nimrod to do what? He delivered him on the account. You're going to find out that he was going to bring forth out of his loins. If you've never heard this, remember that the seed comes from the man. Out of his loins, out of Abraham, Israel was in Abraham's loins through Isaac. See how it continues to go on? But you'll find out that even when Rebecca was pregnant, you're going to find out here later here that the enemy tried to snuff Jacob or Israel, our forefather, out the game. Okay? So it says here in verse 36, look, he brought all the children of the earth to the service of God. Are you hearing this? And he taught them the ways of the Most High and caused them to know the Most High. So the only way people can know the Most High is the Most High judge them. He convict them. So the things that the Gentiles sacrifice to, they sacrifice to demons and not God. So then they're doing these things and they don't realize, it don't matter how much they say with all their heart. If they're doing things and going off of course, you cannot do anything against the strong arm, not of the law. When we say the law, we can say the law of the Most High, not the law of the land. You can't do anything against the strong arm of the Most High. And some would say the strong arm of the Lord. Okay? I hope you get me, family. So now, let's go into it. Are you seeing this now? Crystal clear, family. Crystal clear. Fireworks. Right? Let's get it now. So now, what seems to be the issue here, though? The issue is, let's start at Jeremiah. And if these nations truly learn the ways of my people, and if they learn to swear by my name, that swear means not like, oh, I swear. No, not that. That means to do what the Most High says. Keep it as an oath. Hold fast to it. If they learn to swear by my name, saying, as surely as the Most High lives, just as they taught my people to swear by the name of Baal. That's every other name that people are going by, if it's not the great I am that he revealed to Mashah in the burning bush. So even still to this day, we got people calling on these other particular names. Then they will be given a place among my people. Are you hearing that, dear family? Let me stop sharing this for a second. I want to take a look at the comments. Are you seeing this now? So if anyone says that, man, only Israel could be saved, that was a jewel right there, dear family. So I'm laying it out for you, showing you prophetically, this is why, your dear Ak, and why we as Israel, we got to stay before the Most High, but the other nations don't want us to stay before the Most High. You coming to the awareness of self, and you coming to the identity. I got to read something to you now. Hold on. What's that saying? Hold on now. What's the saying, dear family? That saying what? Look, put it on the screen for everyone. If you don't know where you come from, then you don't know where you are. You don't even know where you are right now. You got people of Israelite descent, of a holy descent from the people of the covenant, Acts 3 and 25. A holy people that the Most High said in Deuteronomy 7. Look at this. You got people saying that I'm African American, I'm African, I'm this, I'm Mexican, I'm black, right? I'm Puerto Rican, so forth and so on. I'm Dominican, I'm Haitian, I'm Jamaican. But yet, they lost their identity to know where they come from. So the Most High is restoring it. Look what it said. Look at me. Look at this, dear family. I'm going in. Where you come from, then you don't know where you are. And if you don't know where you are, then you don't know where you're going. The Bible says in Isaiah 42, who is blind but my people? So Israel's supposed to be the light to teach the people not to sin, to teach them the ways of, where's the man that wants to, that's the same thing Enoch was doing. That's the same thing Adam was doing. That's the same thing that Jared was doing. Are you seeing this, dear family? And they were aware of the unclean spirits, dear family. Noah was aware of it. So I don't see how the awakening, it's a part of knowing who you are, of Israel. That's important, absolutely. But that's not the end all. Now let me show you. A picture says 1,000 words, right? Mental slavery starts with school. So indoctrinate us, right? They'll teach us about these inventions. Teach us about, there's more we can put on. We can put on all of the prominent people in history who they put up. Abraham Lincoln, right? George Washington, right? You see what they say their forefathers. They'll teach us about these founding forefathers. They'll teach us about Justin Martyr, of the quote unquote church fathers in Catholicism, and they'll teach us about who is it? Martin Luther, not Martin Luther King, but Martin Luther in the 1500s of the Protestants, right? Of the what they call the Reformation, when they broke away from the quote unquote Roman Catholic Church. They'll teach us all these things. They won't teach us your connection to Israel, though. See that? They won't teach that the people who were here in America before, you all know who I'm talking about, quote unquote Christopher Columbus. But they won't teach the success. And what I mean success, they'll even show us success as just, and we should have our own things. But they try to dictate and domineer and rule. And not only that, but they do infiltrate. They make us fight and envy one another. All that's coming to an end. The Most High is going to end it. Remember Revelations 18:3, her sins have come up to heaven, dear family. Or Revelation 18:2. Let's get back to it though. So now, Jeremiah chapter 12, verses 16 says, and if these nations truly learn the ways of my people, who's the Most High's people? His people is Israel. Isaiah 45:4, the elect. Okay, that means he chose them. He had chosen them, okay, to be his people. And if they learn to swear, that means tell the truth, hold fast to the ways of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, as surely as the Most High lives, just as they taught my people to swear by the name of Baal, I should say names of Baal, then they will be given a place among my people, see, in the kingdom, but to serve. That's Isaiah. You go into Isaiah chapter 14. Okay, let me show it to you. For the Most High will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. So it's coming a time where Israel will have our own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them. And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. You need to hear this. And the people shall take them. What people? The people of the Most High. And bring them to their places, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Most High. For what? For servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives. Who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Now, if you haven't heard this before, dear family, I know it can be shocking to some. I'm getting ready to, I'm gonna open your eyes here, Father willing. Father willing, through the Spirit, I'm getting ready to show you the things that those whose eyes have been opened, the Most High opened their eyes, what we can see. Now, let me show you something, dear family. Let's go right over here now. Get a quick precept. These are wonderful jewels here. Let me show you something right here. Just a precept that's really, really quick. We're going over into the book of Baruch, or the Apocalypse of Baruch, chapter 72. Let me get there quick. Look at this now. Stick with me now, family. Here now also regarding the bright lightning. This lightning is the Torah, dear family. Okay? It tells us, dear family, let me show you another one with you. In the book of Baruch, chapter 19, the same one, it tells us that Mashah, the servant of the Most High's house, lit a light for Israel. That light was his law. And it says here in chapter 72 now, here now also regarding the bright lightning, which is to come to the consummation after these black waters. The black waters means like a gross darkness, it's a time of lawlessness. This is the word, this is the meaning. After the signs have come, of which you were told before, when the nations become turbulent, and the time of my Messiah is come, his anointed one, he shall both summon all the nations, and some of them he shall spare. Are you seeing this? Back over to, make it big for you, Isaiah 42:2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their places, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Most High for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives. whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So there's actually nations, and what we read, that Messiah will summons the nations. In the prophetical book we're reading here, Messiah will come and summons all the nations, and some of them he shall spare, and some of them he shall slay. Look at this, verse 3. These things therefore shall come upon the nations which are to be spared by him. Listen carefully. Every nation which knows not Israel and has not trodden down the seed of Jacob shall indeed be spared, and this because some out of every nation. So them as a whole, meaning their dominance, they're not going to, there's no longer going to be any other nation or ruling class. You have to know, when you look back through history, you look at the four beast beasts, or the four beast kingdoms, okay, or the horns, every one of them domineered over God's people, trotting them down. So it says, and this because out of every nation shall be subjected. So all those people, dear family, when you read over in, and I hope I'm not going too fast for you, dear family. When the Most High said to Abraham in Genesis 18, verses 19, for I know him that he will command his household after him, and they will keep the way of the Most High to do justice and judgment. So God's people will be doing, they will know this. You are the standard, dear family. So when I play that song, Destined for Greatness, you are the standard. So if you don't have that standard, if you're not embracing these things that we're supposed to hold, it was ingrained in you, dear family. So you come from this chosen stock. So, and they shall keep the way to do justice and judgment for the Most High, that the Most High may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him. What did he speak of him? The same thing that we just read up here in verse 18. Seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and what? And all nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. So when they follow the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and not mistreat his offspring, which we're reading here, look what it says. And this because some out of every nation shall be subject to your people, but that negates those who are going to be subject, or who are going to make it into that kingdom, what we read in Isaiah 14. I'll go back in a second. But all those who have ruled over you, speaking of Israel, or have known you, that means they've seen your plight. They helped forwarded your downfall, shall be given up to the sword. Now, so when we go back over to Isaiah 14 in verses 1 through 2, for the Most High will have mercy on Jacob. The Most High seen it. The Most High, remember, judgment must first start at his house in 1 Peter 4 and 17, right? Let me show that to you. I know I'm going a lot of places, dear friend, but stick with me. 1 Peter 4, verses 16 or 17. It's one of those. Let's get it really quick. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel? The news. So when you even hear this gospel, the 12 patriarchs is a part of the gospel, dear family. They talk about the evil spirits. They talk about the demons, how they would vex God's people, how they would try to blind the priests, how Satan would use his influence to try to bribe and keep Israel in perpetual sin, dear family. Don't want them to have a leg to stand on, because if they did, if the righteous had the resources and the power of influence that the wicked have, okay, the world would be a total different place. Speaking of the prophetical time clock, right? Amos 9, really quick. So the Most High will give us rest from all of our hard bondage. We will possess the people, right? Out of every nation, some out of every nation, it says, shall be subjected unto the Most High's people. Okay? So it says here in verses 12, we'll go from 11. In that day I will raise up the tabernacle of David. See, this is prophetic. That is fallen. So Israel again will be that light, that beacon, and close up the breaches thereof. We will no longer have any quote unquote preachers coming out with all the scandals and all these. We won't have all this stuff. People in it for clout and doing all these things. Every one of us will know the Most High, dear family. And close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom. Look at this, and all the heathen. So when you look at this, this verifies what we just read right here. And because some out of every nation shall be subject to your people. But now pump your brakes to the, to the proud in Israel. Okay, to the boastful and arrogant. Okay, those who are quick to try to tell someone what they're going to do. They first themselves, we ourselves first must humble ourselves under the Most High. And be clean and pure. And go through the refining. The Most High has to get all the impurities and toxins out of us from false doctrine, from idolatry, and all the things that we may have seen, all of the mis or wrong information, the things that we have desired following, certain people who were put up, who the devil put up. The devil used Israelites and all that. It don't matter. Same way he'll use Edomites, he'll use Israelites. Okay? So it says that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Most High that doeth this. One more time here. Play out to this.
Hey, what's going on with you, family? My brother, my sister. Can I rap to you for a minute?
Glory to the Most High.
I know that they project the image that's contrary to the one that shows us that you are destined for greatness. Never mind what they saying. Your history started way but you ever came off a slave. So you came from a people great, rich in history, but didn't know it cause you was excommunicated. But the sons of our forefathers breaking the highest covenant, thinking he was playing, and now we paying for it. You may not know it because you discontinued from your heritage, but I'll tell it to you that you're destined for greatness. Our slavery wasn't easy. Oppressors had us subjugated through imperialism, systemic racism. And what do you know? We're still going stronger. 22 on the self-hatred 2.0, that Willie Lynch syndrome. You know how the story goes. A brother killed another brother over some colors to a street that he don't even know. Or maybe some sorcery that he was pushing or selling. The farmer keep on smoking and leaning, blowing on the dro. Or systematically destroying us from within, from generation, going through the curse of foolish people when it comes to doing good, but when it comes to doing evil, we stay doing the most. Have a second guess on our own potential. You ever heard that you was destined for greatness? Well, I can
Most High bless you, my sister.
The Most High with fear and trembling. That's the definition of greatness. The Most High said he would send the fierce nation against us that would show no pity to the young or even the old. And since we worshiped and followed the gods of the other nation, was only right he put us all out in the cold. And now we calling back to Abba in heaven, singing, Father, please come get us and take us all back home. And bring us back to the place where we belong, where we reside on your side, sending praises up to your throne, so we'll be destined for greatness. Destined for greatness. You know that? Destined for greatness. Do you believe that? Destined for greatness. You can't see that? Destined for greatness. That's why he made you. Destined for greatness. Israel. Destined for greatness. My brothers is destined for greatness. My sisters too. Destined for greatness. Can you tell me why society like to be robbing, get my history while I'm asleep? Obviously somebody did it on purpose, teaching the law done away what they put on your neck while you in poverty. You got grace, that's bribery. I love the way your face glow. Why they gassing you up and you steady going in the direction that's wrong. Now you see how flattering words can mislead you into something that's wrong. Now how could a nation so strong with so righteous statutes and judgments that's in all this law? Turn around and fall by not taking heed and turning off from all this law to keep it all with our whole heart. I know we had a rough start, but we back, baby. Whole world looking at us like we crazy. You gonna be the one pushing them daisies if you don't take heed to what we saying and prepare to be greatness. Cause we destined for greatness. Our Father's the greatest. And we ain't the type to dip in the abandoned ship. When it starts to get thick, we with them to the end. Riding till the wheels fall off, and if they do, we discover new all over again. Because we destined for greatness. And I can see why they be hating. That's why they keep promoting sin and filthiness all over the world, hoping that we embrace it. But guess what? They about to get a facelift. I feel a change govern the Father waking the children about to never slumber. I wanna be a part of that number, not the one getting cut asunder with the sort of is not claiming they love him, but they heart is far from him. That ain't destined for greatness. I guess you playing with his patience. Stop embracing the culture of society that enslaved us, that taught us that trend behavior. Now our communities looking to what worse than a wasteland. But we can head back to Graceland. Destined for greatness.
You know that?
Destined for greatness.
Do you believe that?
Destined for greatness.
You can't see that?
Destined for greatness.
That's why he made you.
Destined for greatness.
Israel.
Destined for greatness.
My brothers is.
Destined for greatness.
My sisters too.
Destined for greatness. Trying to do everything that I can do to relate to you. Hopefully you look inside of yourself and you see it too. The greatness he placed inside of you to be a special people. To him he said he would never forsake you. You've been needing a breakthrough and I've been praying for you. Steady going through storms all around, yeah, keeping you cool. I see greatness inside of you, that's why I admire you. And no matter what you're going through, don't let them break you. You a daughter of Zion princess and you a son of the highest king. You know how we do it, we real bruise. The circumcision that put the trust in their face to tell you the truth. You're destined for greatness. Yeah, that's the real truth. When it's all said and done and this world is turned upside down and inside out, you know who they gon' crouch and come running to. That's why they gotta see the example of you. Don't trip up the sinner, they gon' get washed like some shampoo. We lamenting now, but we gon' rejoice in the few. We knows everything that we going through because he put us through it so we can come up finer than gold and raise us up from the place. He said we would go to all kingdoms of the earth, from project halls to the kingdom, walking on the street, made to go. And no, my sisters, you are not the names they call. You are not the name of a female dog. That's why I'm going hard. And my brothers, you're not a menace to society, unless that they can make you believe that you are. So you keep missing the mark, and they'll keep feeding you money, drugs, and sex, so you forget who you are. Cause they reversed the roles and switched our part. Cause we was destined for greatness, but our conduct was abrasive. But the Father showed us love when he sent his only begotten Son to save us. Now we got a shot at salvation, and now we are destined for greatness.
You know that?
Destined for greatness.
Do you believe that?
Destined for
You can't
greatness.
see that?
Destined for greatness.
That's why he made you.
Destined for greatness.
Israel.
Destined for greatness.
My brothers is.
Destined for greatness.
My sisters too.
Destined for greatness. Praise the Most High. There's no greatness without the greatest, our Heavenly Father. And to be destined for greatness, the meaning or definition of it is certain to do something or certain to happen in the future. And you know what the Most High says? It's destined for you.
Onwards to Zion. Shalom.
Thou alone are the
Salah.
Most High. We pray in and then we go in,
Armor.
but never throwing the towel in.
That's right.
And we gonna make this one touch the sky. You heard me? Come, still endure. I ain't with nowhere. Hold my ground. Still hold it down. Standing strong in the faith. Praise the high. Quick give me your Most High. I need you. When I come before my Father throne of grace, I pray, lend it into every word that I say. I'm down up in the knees, please. Every when I pray, city when I pray, I'm weak and I'm in need of your strength. So I'm down up in the knees, trying to touch the sky. Will you please my case? You said to seek your face, petition being made on behalf of the saints. Even when they think I'm being mean and calling me that, they think it's straight on not running to the same tune they used to. That's why I had to cut them loose. If you ain't gonna abide in the truth, then I'm checking up the do, cause you endangering everyone that's around you. And you wonder why your prayers never make it through the roof, cause you in love with yourself. I'm glad you finally tell the truth. Tell the old man aware it's time for us to come anew. I'm glad the Father gave us grace so we can make it back to him. Tell them make an excuse, let's make it the truth. Make it do what it do. Who gon' be you? Everybody seeking the truth, cause I just wanna see you. Sitting prayers up, praises flying high. On the top to ask the Most High. Forgive the sinner, spirits light when they turn to you. Grant a time, hear my prayers, hear my cry. Hear the sign, these bones is dry. Breathe in us so we can live once again. In your sight, sitting prayers up, praises flying high. On the top to ask the Most High. Forgive the sinner, spirits light when they turn to you. Grant a time, hear my prayers, hear my cry. Hear the sign, these bones is dry.
How
Breathe in
prophetic.
us so we can live once again.
Barakatah, Israel.
Sometimes I sick of